Yo! What's up, everyone? Angel Ram back again with a brand new video. And today's a Tuesday. For starters, two things. If the lighting is a little rough and stuff like that, the back looks dark, it's because there's an active fire in my neighborhood. Not in my neighborhood, like my city I live in. So that's not good. It's been like this for almost 2 weeks, from what I know. In fact, today I'm supposed to be at school, and I'm supposed to be like getting out right now, but they canceled it because of how bad it got. So probably not the best time to make a video, but yeah, I have no homework. It's mostly in-person work, so I have to do stuff at class, not outside. But can you do? It's not like I can do anything about it. But yeah. So it is Tuesday afternoon slash morning. And second thing, if you've seen the title, the thumbnail, anything to do with what I'm going to talk about, this is going to be a spoiler video. I'm going to be talking about major plot points, plot twists, core characters, and stuff like that. So this video is mostly for people who I guess have already seen this show. I know it's probably not the best. I should probably be talking about it. It's like trying to get people to watch it because I do have some strong opinions about it. But I just wanted to speak about what I think about certain parts of the show, and I kind of want to talk about some spoilers because that's kind of some stuff I feel like I need to include because it's going to be hard to explain otherwise. So yeah, without further ado, welcome back to another Talk Tuesday where we just yap about something. And that's kind of what I feel like my videos have been a lot recently. Just doing a bunch of Talk Tuesdays, not really gaming. I am planning to post 3 Freaky Fridays this week. For starters, the name's kind of weird now because that word has become kind of a meme, but whatever. I'm gonna try to post three, at least two, but three, hopefully. But yeah, that's gonna be the goal for Friday. So there's gonna be gaming stuff, and Terry from SF6 or Terry from Fatal Fury is coming to SF6 2 weeks time. So or two, yes, 2 3 weeks. So we'll be playing him as well. And I have something to do with another game I have that we already played, Beat, and that's gonna come up as well. So a few videos that I have already planned, and for the main second channel as well, I'll have pre-recorded video there as well that I haven't posted, which I need to. Just haven't felt like editing that one because I want to do a little bit of editing. Oh yeah, let's get into it. Stalling. So I recently a little backstory. I've like fallen off watching anime. Like last year, and I made the top 10. It came like kind of what's it called? It barely made the cut to make a top 10 because I just not been enjoying it as much. Not enjoying anime. The anime is always like it's pretty good. Like I like it. Big anime fan, but it just hasn't been enjoying it as much as I have. And I think mainly it's because I think I mentioned this. I've watched all of Naruto and Fairy Tail back to back, so that's like 1,000 episodes of anime, and that was so draining. In fact, I kind of sped ran to watch it, and yeah, so that's probably not good. But what can you do? Well, I mean, it's just because I've been watching a bunch of anime just to watch it, just to say I've watched it, and now it just hasn't been like coming at me like, oh, I should watch this show because I don't really have that urge to watch anything. In fact, I watched 10 last year barely, and and as of last Saturday, finished my first anime of the year. So 9 months in, and I'm already read it, which is fairly finished. And that one is the one I want to talk about today. So yeah, I did say I was watching Black Clover, which I'm going to finish this week because after watching that one, I'm like kind of getting into it again. So and I haven't finished Black Clover since like 2022. I started it like 2 years ago and haven't finished it. So I need to finish it. And I have another one after, but that's enough. Now let's get into it. The show we're talking about is a quintessential quintuplets. So it is it's kind of new. I don't know. I think so. It's a newer one, but yeah, it came out like maybe 2, 3 years ago. I know it's been popular for a while. I heard it's really good. I had heard stuff. Apparently, the movie that dropped came out in 2022, so it's relatively new, a new show, I think. Well, not old either. It's definitely not old. Excuse me. The show has been looks really good visually. Um, just the characters look good. The shots look good. It's just very well animated show. So yeah. Now, what is this show? What is the quintessential quintup? It's hard to say. What is the quintessential quintuplet? So, for starters, a little backstory. I didn't think I was going to watch the show. I just don't like watching like not mainstream, but like recent anime because like that seems a little too mainstream. Um, but I always somehow manage to fall into that. Realized that I at least watch one seasonal anime per year. Last year I watched the Apothecary Diaries, and I think another one. I don't know, I have to check, but there was another one. That was very seasonal that just came out. And then the year before that was Chainsaw Man, and the year before that was Spy Family, I think. So it's kind of been a little mixed. I don't like watching new shows, but I end up do watching them. But this one's not that new, so it is new, but not as new as like not this year. So basically, the show is about. Remember, I'm gonna say talk about spoilers. So the show is about this dude who just lives kind of a normal life as a top tier student, and he's just a very smart guy, and all he focuses about is school. He doesn't have. He's kind of a nerd, so nobody really. He doesn't have much friends. He doesn't really. He's just kind of there, you know. And yeah, so long story short, his family's also kind of poor and they're in debt. So he gets a job opportunity to tutor these 5 girls, which if you can guess by the name of the show, happens to be the MCs, and that's kind of the whole show. Um, at first I don't like him because they're all girls, and, like so you know that kind of dynamic. And throughout the show, he gets to know them more. They'll get to know him more, and it's he. The whole thing is why he's tutoring them is because they're not going to graduate from school, so he's helping them in order to graduate. And just as the show goes on, they'll become closer. They all become, I guess, friends, and they actually start to accept him as a tutor. Because at first they don't like him wanting to tutor them because they don't think they're going to graduate. They just don't like him. So as the show goes on, they become closer and closer. So that's the general premise if you don't know what this show is and you're still watching this video because I'm gonna say spoilers like now. So season 1 ends with I think they went somewhere. Okay, a little side note. I started the show maybe Thursday of last week or Friday? Thursday, Wednesday, or Friday, and I finished it Saturday afternoon. So it didn't take me long because I actually started to like it. But yeah. Uh so by the end of the show you learn that the main character ends up marrying one of these um 5 girls. Because they're quintuplets, if you don't know what quintuplet is, it's um like twins, but with another one, and another one, and another one. So there's 5. Quintuplets, quadruplets, triplets, twins. So, there's 5 of them, and even though just looking at it, they don't look all the same. Everybody at their school and like, kind of in the show thinks they get them confused. So at the end of season 1, it's revealed. I don't know if it's at the end or at the beginning of the first season. I don't. I think, but they still show it at the end of season 1. I don't know if they revealed it at first episode or not. I don't remember. But he ends up marrying one of them. And it doesn't show who. It shows like their face kind of blurred and their voice muted, but it shows like their hair and stuff like that, and kind of um that and them in the future. So off rip, you can kind of tell just by like the hair color. So there's five quintuplets, obviously. So they all have different hairs. One of them is orange. Another one's pink. Another one's red. Another one's pink, dark pink. Another one's kind of brownish. So it shows the. I guess I should talk about names to get I guess because sorry my pronunciation's gonna be wrong, but I feel like I need to talk about the names. So the first one, a little side detail, he meets one of the quintuplets just randomly. She asked him like during lunch if she could help him because he wanted help, I guess, and he was all rude to her and like didn't want to, so she just kind of went away. That quintuplet is named his Itsuki, and she's the youngest, and her hair is red. So pay attention to these hair colors. Then he meets the other sibling. So the pink haired girl is named Ichika, I think. Then there's an orange haired quintuplet named Yotsuba. Pay attention to these hair colors. Don't even pay attention to the names if you don't want to. Just the hair colors. Then the dark purple, dark pink one who kind of hates him throughout the whole show is Nino, which has dark purple hair. Pay attention, pay attention. And the final one, the kind of shy one, middle child, I think. I think that's what like the age wise is named Miku and has brown hair. Brown hair. Pay attention. So he meets Itsuki, red haired quintuplet, first, and he rejected all that stuff I just said. And at the end of season one, it revealed that um the bride's hair was color was real, and it's red. It looks really red, like Itsuki. It could even be Nino, the dark pink character, but it looks more like it could be Itsuki. This is all from my perception, POV. Um, yeah. So, and Alfred, I was like, what? I didn't think about it too hard, but it kind of made sense because she meets him first. They do spend somewhat kind of high quality, not high quality, some quality time. She doesn't want him to. She still doesn't want him to tutor her, but either way, seemed like she was kind of like the main character. Like even though she was the youngest, it still feel like she was the main character, like the main quintuplet, I guess. Even in the intro, like it feels like she's like the oldest or like the most focused on, which is strange because throughout the whole season, it feels like it's actually kind of divided like equally almost. Almost all of them have the same amount of screen time, but she kind of has a bit more. So I thought, oh, he's gonna marry Itsuki, the red-haired one, which makes sense because she's all over the opening as like the main character. She met him first. They talked quite a bit. Um, and she even got to know his family more than any of the other girls. So I was like, yeah, that's it. That's her. And yeah, but then more throughout the show, through season one, all the other girls start to like him. So like Miku, the round-haired girl, Ichika, the oldest pink-haired girl, and that's it. It's like just those two like really like him from what I caught on in season one. And then from when how season one ends, it looks like it's gonna be somebody else he's ended up liking. So like, okay, whatever. Then season two comes around, and I almost didn't. Was gonna. I almost was gonna hate this show. So season two comes around, and we learned. I don't think this is season one. I think this is in season two. They introduced that the MC he met one of them, obviously, but he met one of them in the past when he was younger. and that girl happens to be one of the five, and they all look the same when they were younger. And yeah, but they don't reveal who it is, obviously, because because they don't, which kind of makes sense, I guess. It just kind of make you wondering. But yeah, he meets one of them, and girl actually happened to be his first love. He doesn't believe in love, basically, throughout the whole show. He's just focused on school, and he wants the girls to focus on school because he's their tutor, and he just thinks it's dumb and stuff like that. So that's funny. So they don't know who it is. I think like the first two episodes he asked, "Who met me?" and none of them answered. Like none of them know. I think that's how that went. But yeah, so the whole show happens. They get closer towards the end. They go on a trip, and they kind of set up like, oh, this happened because okay, there's two major things that happen throughout the season that I guess should know. You should know if you don't know the show. One, they go on a trip. I think this is in a season one actually, but I guess I'll just mention this right now. At the end of season one, they or season two, I don't know. They go to he joins them on a vacation where they all go to like this family owned thing, hot spring, I think. So, and I guess their grandpa likes it that they all kind of like dress the same. So when they all go, it's all kind of random, but this is gonna make sense. All so they all dress up as one of the sisters, which is Itsuki. Okay, this is season two because I remember something happened in the opening of season two that kind of correlates to that. So this also another plot point. I was like, yeah, that's gonna Itsuki's kind of the main girl here, so I wouldn't be surprised if she ends up with the guy. So they all dress up as Itsuki, and they all look the same. So like the whole few episodes that they were in that camp, he kind of had to got close to them in the sense where he never could tell them apart, but now he had to. And yeah, so that happens, and by the end of it, he gets closer, obviously, but they leave, and one of them kisses him, which is whoa, because none of them have ever confessed to him that they liked him yet. No, wait, they. I mean, the whole plot's weird, but yeah. One of them kisses him, but they're all dressed up as Itsuki, so no, not even I think until this day they revealed who that was. So one of them kisses him, and like that's crazy. And at the spot, I forgot that was a plot point that they were all dressed the same. So I thought, wow, she kisses him because after when they show him like the kiss, it doesn't show who it is like at all, not even just like costume. And then they replay that scene at the end of season two or the movie, I don't know, but and they show the costumes like when they were all cosplaying as each other. So yeah. Then in the same season, Menino, the dark purple haired girl, it is revealed that sorry, went elsewhere for a minute. What was I talking about? But yeah, that's basically how season one ends. That's what I'm assuming I was talking about. Season two, yeah, like I said, they all met up, they dressed up together. One of them kisses him. We don't know who it was. But then another major point, um, they go on a what should I call it? A date. Well, not a date, like a school field trip, and they kind of like make it seem like they trying to all spend time with him because at this point they all like him. In fact, Nino, a dark purple pink haired girl, confessed to him that season, saying that she liked him. And it's weird because like throughout the whole first season and basically like second season for a little bit, it seemed like she hated him. Like she really did not like him at all. So it's pretty crazy how that she ended up being the first person she confesses to him. Now I want to clarify something before I continue. Yotsuba, the orange-haired girl, she seems more like a friend because throughout the whole season she's kind of like this cheery girl who likes helping people out, and throughout the whole show she always wants to study, and she just seems like there's just kind of the MC and her kind of like neutral friends. So like crossing list out, she's like doesn't seem like she'll come be the one ends up with him. Itsuki, the one who seems very likely to end up being with him, doesn't really show any feelings towards him either. Like they're mostly like just kind of like tutor and student kind of bond. And yeah, like they're not really, and that's very prominent in season two. Like in season one, you can kind of see it, but in season two, like they don't have any chemistry. Like it's just more focused on all the other girls, if anything. And she is the youngest, and yeah, I guess. So like being in like seeing the ending of season one and kind of like carry that over to season two where there's like no chemistry between Itsuki and the MC. I kind of want to say the name, but it's kind of hard to pronounce. It's Futoru. Futoru. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep calling them MC. They don't seem like they have any kind of chemistry. So even though it seems very obvious that it might be Itsuki that ends up with the MC, there's like no chemistry. So Jotsuba and Itsuki are not it. But again, Itsuki's kind of like everywhere, so maybe. Then the other three, who literally showed signs of feelings for them. Mikyu, which is like the shy person, like nobody knows that he likes her, or he doesn't know that. Um, yeah, they don't know. Like nobody knows that she has a thing for him, except for like one of the sisters, and like she's kind of all like she's just a shy girl, but she likes him, and yeah. So that's one. Then Nino already confessed in season two, and then the oldest, Ichika, she's liked him since like the very first few episodes of season one, I think. So yeah, and they kind of have like a lot of things in common ish. Since they're like the both the oldest and stuff like that. So yeah, and they kind of spend a lot of time together, especially in like when they go on events in the show. So that's kind of like that. So throughout season two, ignoring what you see in season one, if you don't know, like just can't tell by the hair and stuff like that, like subtle details. These are the three. These are the three options: Miku, Ichika, and Nino. So personally, I thought, man, um, all these girls all like him, but he's gonna end up going with Itsuki because it just seems that way. But yeah, so season two ends with kind of you get more details. So they all have a bunch of fights because they all kind of like have the same feelings towards him, but they're all fighting over him. But he doesn't know any of this. So when they go on the school trip, he finds out that basically Mikyu likes him, and Nino does not know that. So Nino gets mad at Mikyu, and they all one of them kind of a characteristic throughout the whole show is that since they look all similar together, they kind of cosplay as each other. Like I said of the event, so each cod dressed up as Mikyu and convinced the MC that each cod, which is dressing up as Mikyu, so Mikyu slash each cod told him that each cod likes you when she was the one saying that in a Mikyu costume. So like he kind of knows that all these different things, especially like Nino straight up is flirty with him because they work in the same place in season two. So like she's pretty flirty, and he picks up that um each color dressed up as Miku, but he just like all these things. Like basically, he knows that the three girls like him, and yeah. Long story short, he finds out that Miku likes him, and Nino also finds out, and they kind of have this conflict for like an episode or two. But throughout this whole thing, Katara, Itsuki, and Yotsuba are kind of like irrelevant. Which is crazy that Itsuki's kind of irrelevant because she's like again. She seemed like she was gonna be kind of big, and she wasn't. But yeah, they find out that the girl that the MC met a long time ago, like I was saying, that happens to be one of them, is Yotsuba, which is the orange-haired girl that basically did not show any signs of love. And even when they showed the flashback of them like meeting for the first time, it didn't show like they were like she didn't like him anyway, as like I romantically, more like just close friends. That's how I saw it. I don't know. But they find out that, and that doesn't really matter in season two, actually. But yeah, basically at the end of the season, all long story short, it basically seems like Itsuki might actually be the girl he chooses. And they kind of leave up on that note because they set up a date where um MC and Miku they have a great time and stuff like that. And right when she's gonna confess to the MC, she kind of like slightly rejects him because she this whole emotional thing like she would choose her uh sisters over him and like kind of like they get closer and everything's all happy and he's happy for them and stuff like that. So yeah. And then it ends kind of like replaying that scene of the kiss scene and it shows Itsuki the one kissing him. And I forgot about that they were all dressing up as each other. So my initial thought was like, no way he chose the character he seemed to have like the least chemistry with in season two, and this might even carry over to this next part. And now they're like, um, getting married. That's kind of crazy. So after all that, he's still marrying one of them, and it happens to be the one of the two characters that he has like the least chemistry with. That's wild. But so yeah, ending off on season one, I was like, okay, this is pretty interesting. Season two, I was like, this show sucks. Also, the show kind of takes two different forms of a plot. So, as you know, if you're avid anime watcher or in tune with basically the community, every anime has a genre. Obviously, there's shonen, which is like love. There's slice of life, which is mostly like kind of depicting a character's life and just a kind of a fun little show. There's rom-coms, which are romantic comedies. There's romance comedies. There's romances. There's comedies, and then there's rom-coms, which is both. There's also what is it? What else is there? Thrillers, mysteries, horror. Um, so some of those are kind of like my favorite category. Then there's also um, what else? Yeah, it's just kind of like those. So season one takes up a mostly like a slice of life comedy, and like because basically it's about this guy who basically tries to get close with his two students to get them to graduate. Like it's very and there's funny moments and stuff like that. Season two does something different. It feels like almost like a rom com, which at first I did not like because it felt I was enjoying this slice of life plot so much that season two was more focused on the romance part and less focused on the actual goal of trying to get them to graduate. Like, there's a lot less study sessions that they show. Yeah, so season one's a slice of life comedy, and like my favorite two of my favorite animes are Love Is War and Psyche, which one is a rom com, one is a comedy. So season two turning into a rom com, like at like would have seemed like it would have been like really cool for me. But I just feel like it kind of loses that kind of aspect of it being focusing on them being like people who are trying to just be students and graduate to like more like just like I don't there's not much study sessions as there was in season one I guess, and at first I kind of didn't like it, um, especially because how it ended as well. Like it took a 360 almost of what season one and season two were, where it turned to a rom com, and that's kind of like it turned to a bad one almost. Like season one was so good in my opinion. Season two wasn't as great just because of the story switch. So and the ending was like, but they come to the most crucial thing that makes or breaks this whole series, the movie. So there is a quintessential quintuplets movie, and in that movie, it is canon. It's not a kind of like a spin-off, like all random part that happens in the show. Because a lot of animes do that. Like if you've seen a fairy tale movie, it's not like if you don't watch it, you will miss something important because that's not what happens. It just shows a side story. Similarly, Simpsons movies do the same thing. What other movies? The Sailor Moon movies do the same thing. Like all these movies, kind of like there's just side stories that happen within the movie. And I forgot what other movie happens where it actually is canon and you have to watch it. Um, I think it's oh yeah, and, well it's not a movie, but in Food Wars there's an OVA that you kind of happens in between seasons, which you kind of should watch. So yeah. But anyways, this movie is canon and it reveals like what happens afterwards. So obviously, they're trying to graduate. That's the whole point of how they met. That's the whole point why they kind of have this relationship because the MC is trying to get them to graduate while he's paying off his debt, and he's the reason why he's keeping them sane, trying to get close, is so he can keep his job. And yeah, so sees the movie comes around, and it's like all romance, all romance. Like we went from slice of life comedy to rom com to romance. That's basically what it feels like. And at first, um, and knowing this, it just felt like a lot of romance. I just kind of didn't like it a little bit. But then the ending, it just kind of sold it. But let me get to that part. So basically, how it goes is that there's a festival coming up, and they have to plan it, obviously. So all the girls plus the MC and the school try to make this festival. And for starters, off rip, he reveals he loves them, all of them, all five of them. Which first off, when I saw that, I was like, "Ugh, he just straight up said that. That's crazy. Um, that's just wild. Like, and he said it kind of like nonchalant. Like the girls didn't react as as bad as I thought. I just kind of like okay, like he what? But that's crazy. I watched it and I was like, what? No reaction, basically. Light work, no reaction. He just didn't seem like he was embarrassed. They didn't seem like they were that happy, and it's just wild. So that's wild. And I guess on the last day of the festival, he's going to spend the day with one of them. So that's kind of like the main thing. You learn other lore points. I kind of forgot the beginning part of it because the ending it's just so memorable. But yeah, so we do learn lore for a major character we don't get that much info on, which is Yotsuba, the orange-haired quintuplet. Because as we know from season two, she is a girl that he met long ago, which was his first love. So they get a lot of lore from her because, well, I'll explain it a bit. But so yeah, the whole movie goes. They set up for this festival. They, uh, you know, all that good stuff. So I don't remember. I just can't remember what happens in the beginning because again, like the second half of the movie is, I'll admit it, it's super super good. Um, so yeah, I might as well just get to that part. So, the second part of the movie, the day the festival actually happens, there's some stuff that happens. And shows them working at the festival, having a good time. Just all that stuff. Their family comes. Which a little plot point. The quintuplets is they have two dads. Not that they're gay, but like one of them is a stepfather and the other one is a biological one. And we find out their biological father. walked out on them, and he appears in this movie trying to make peace with them and all that stuff, but it just doesn't happen because it's just not how things work. But and then their stepdad sucks too. So like he steps up for the it's just the whole thing, but it's kind of like not that big of a deal, I guess, what I'm trying to get here. Um if you're gonna watch the anime, you'll get it. But yeah. So yeah, the festival happens, they all get close, even with their dad, because again their dad is not the best, and then in this movie they kind of get closer. And even at the when they show the wedding, because they do show. Okay, let's just get to. We're working our way to the ending. Sorry, I had to burp. So the movie shows five different timelines, I guess, of what will happen if the MC spends the time with each individual girl. So it shows him spending the night with Yotsuba, Itsuki, Ichika, Nino, and what was it? Miku? No, wait. Miku, Yotsuba, Itsuki, Ichika, and okay, that's all I've. Let me just summarize each one. Nino, basically her thing is that she's a good cook, or not cook, baker, baker. So she makes I forget what, and she invites the dad, their stepdad, which sucks. He didn't go, so what they end up doing is the MC takes Nino to visit their stepdad, and hold on, guys. Sorry, it's just getting really loud. I'm getting on my nerves. But yeah, MC takes Nino to visit their dad. They make him I forgot what they made him, but they made him some sweet. He ends up liking it, and he even says that maybe one day that they'll spend time together, which is something that doesn't happen at all in the show because he kind of is very strict with them, and he doesn't even like the MC. But yeah, they're all happy. Nino and the MC are all happy, so they walk out, and then obviously, before this, she already confessed to him that she likes him, and then they end up kissing. So that's the end of that timeline, and it just seems like Nino is gonna end up with him. Timeline number two is it's not an order. Just going off of memory is with Ichika, which is I forgot how it went more or less. I think basically it shows a part of the festival where they all, um, not all, him and Ichika go get a drink, and basically she's trying to like tempt him, like, oh, who you choose, and then she even explains like each individual sister's favorite drink, and basically, long story short, he gets one for her, and then they kiss. So that happens, which is weird because it doesn't feel that great. Like not that surprising because she's actually done it, I think, before in the show. But whatever. That's reality where she chooses him. Then one with um Miku. It's not on the night of the festival. It happens during the festival. It's a timeline where it happens during the festival. Basically, he helps Miku with something, and she kind of like is grateful, and then she ends up kissing him as well. These all kind of the same pattern. And then Yotsuba, basically, it's also during the festival, not the date, not the night of. She, they go, they, are helping out something, and then they go to the side, and then he gets tired and, like, basically, like, passes out. And then while he's passed out, he, like, kisses her, but he doesn't know, obviously. And then that. Then Itsuki, which is, when I was watching it at first, like, basically confirmed, like, yeah, they're gonna be together. Yes. And here's why. They don't kiss. So, they just kind of like what's it called? I don't remember. I think it's because she stepped up to her biological father, which is not a great person. And then he was watching, and then they kind of like have a conversation about it. And then she's grateful for him because yeah, he's gonna. Out of all the girls, she like should be the most successful because she's following in her mother's footsteps. The other ones are doing well as well. It's just she seemed more school focused than the other ones because each child is going to be a actor. Then Miku and Nino are going to be beggars, and Yotsuba, I forgot what. I don't remember what. I think she also was going to school, but I never. I forgot. But yeah, so it shows all 5 timelines, and then it shows who he chooses, which is kind of suspenseful, like in a way, because I feel like, oh yeah, he's gonna choose Eat Skeet because again, all this promotion, all this mumbo jumbo, and it makes sense that he chooses the basically main girl, the one he met first, the one that met his family, the one that just seems that way, just seems very promoted. It's like, just go to her already. But this is where my whole perception of this movie changes. He doesn't go to her, so this is obviously a spoiler. He goes to Yotsuba, which is the orange-haired girl that, again, throughout the whole show, it seemed like they were just good friends and a good tutor duo, which is crazy. I didn't think at first. I was like, why? Throughout the whole show, what? Like, it just doesn't make like what? And then she gives her explanation why he chooses her, and it makes kind of sense because again, she was that girl that she met long ago, and that he was his first love, which was already a good point. But then out of everyone else, um, she was also the most supportive out of all the girls, and during out the whole show, he gives like his what's it called, type in girl. So and she kind of fills out some of those categories, I think. And yeah, so like it's all these reasons that you kind of think he'll choose her for that reason, but like it's so surprising. You would think that the whole show, that out of the whole show, she would be the least person because there's 3 girls that are in love with him canonically that literally kind of admitted it to him. One girl who doesn't, but she's basically the MC, and she like, seems like she was going to end up with him. So many clues that just kind of lead towards that. And then there's one that just doesn't seem like she'll do anything, and he wouldn't choose her, and she wouldn't choose him. And they all kind of like have a date with him like throughout the whole show, and his is like with her is like kind of like less impactful ish than the rest. And she goes for her, like it's so wow. It One of the main things I like about anime and basically not just anime, like in other TV, in other media and games, is I kind of like to be surprised. Like that's kind of why I don't like been watching as much shonen recently because they're all like you kind of know what kind of happens next. This was probably so surprising that it's kind of gotten me into back into anime. I've been watching a lot more now, a lot of Black Clover, giving it a chance again. It's so surprising, like, and at first I was like, this is not, no way. Then they show her backstory, which has not been revealed that much compared to the other girls throughout the whole show. Like, she's the most, like, soulless person, like, it seems like. She has a personality, but no backstory behind it. And now they show her whole lore, they show the reasons, they show all this stuff, and I'm like, wow, that actually is very interesting. And then basically, she doesn't want him because she feels like she doesn't deserve him. The other girls are better. She sucks. All this stuff. Then basically, the girls and him all kind of like try to uplift her, and then they end up getting together, which is wild. It's still wild to me now. And this is the whole point I want to make this video. This is still fresh in my mind. Like that's crazy. This is so like different than usual anime. Like it just seemed like it's going one way, but it goes that way, that like. And even the fact that all the girls confessed to him, basically, I still feel like, nah, he's not gonna choose them 3. He's gonna go to Itsuki. But going to Yotes, like, that's still a little wild. It even shows their marriage. It reveals who it is. Um, it shows her voice. It shows her. Now it shows her hair color like a bit more accurate. Um, and it's so wild still. Like that's so crazy. And it shows like a time skip from when they graduate because he does end up getting all of them to graduate. He goes to college, I think. I'm pretty sure he goes to college, and then the other girls start have their own lives. And I don't think Yospaz joins him. Like they all kind of go their own lives, but then he proposes to her, and they get married. Yotspa and the MC get married, which is wild still. Like, and I know people probably would have wanted literally the other four because the other three confessed, and the MC just and the main girl seemed like she would be with him. Just a lot of fun. So for him to go with like the least developed character, I feel like is it's that's why I like this. This is why I ended up liking the show so much. Is that's just so wild, and I'm actually happy for that because, like I said, like they have like no chemistry between Yotsuba or Itsuki. So if she ends up going with either one, I'd be kind of like, but like I think Yotsuba would have been the better one, I guess. Itsuki would have made sense, but Yotsuba, I feel like first off, she kind of deserves it more because she kind of gets like betrayed a bit in like season two a little bit. She's kind of like being overworked. Kind of felt bad for her, and yeah, I can't even explain the full thing. You have to feel it for yourself. You should watch it. It's on Netflix, both seasons and the movie. And apparently season three is coming out, which actually was going to react on this video, but I don't think the teaser exists. I thought I saw one that it exists, but I don't think it's an official one. So at the end of the movie, it's basically leading up to that they're going on a honeymoon between Yotsba and the MC, and the girls are going, like the four that he rejected are going, which is wild, a little weird. Like I don't think you would go on a honeymoon with other people, but it's an anime, so I guess. And yeah, that's kind of like what that is going to that show is heading towards, which is going to be the next season going to, or a movie. I don't know if it's a movie or a season that they're going to be spending a honeymoon. Which, to be quite honest, I feel like it would have been good without that. Um, I would have liked it to end as it was, as the movie ended. That would have been fit. In fact, finished it Saturday, and like the next day, I was doing a little bit of research and found out there was going to be this honeymoon arc season or movie, and I don't really want to like. I think the show ended perfectly as it was. I don't know when season two ended, but if it ended a while ago in between season two and the movie, I feel like if I just finished season two and never watched the movie, I would have not liked the show at all. So thank God I watched the movie, and thank God it came out because the thing with the movie, how it ended, it basically wrapped everything up, tied plots, covered everything. If anything, the honeymoon arc is gonna be like kind of like a spin-off ish. Kind of gonna be like post game type of deal, which I can live with that. Like I don't, I'm not crazy about. Like I'm not extremely excited for the new season because I liked how it ended. Like it was great. It was so good to me. I can see why people hate it. I did see online that some people don't like it, and I get that. But man, as a fan of of a show of any media that basically does something completely different than what I've expected, it's kind of good to feel like like in Black Clover right now. I'm watching like on like the 90th episode. It's just I kind of know what's going to happen next, and then it does end up happening. So yeah. So this show was really it was literally up. down, back up. Like it might be the best show. First of all, I've seen in a while. Like just like watch Attack on Titan, maybe. I think I watched Attack on Titan before I watched Food Wars, or I mean, no, after. So yeah, it's probably one of the best shows I've seen in a while. And maybe it's because it's like something different, not just the ending, but like in general. Because I watch so much shonen or like action, and then I watch this slice of life thing. I do watch a lot of slice of life rom coms, but like this one, I haven't watched it. It seemed like it was gonna be overrated, and after season two, it felt like that. After the movie, it's just like, yeah, this is great. This is the reason why it's talked about a lot. Yeah, that's very good. Wow. Um, yeah. Sorry about going on for so long and just ranting about random points, but man, I have not watched an anime this good in a while. I kind of want to watch more slice of life rom-coms, not just because of this show and just the other show's potential, but just it's just like one of my favorite categories in anime, it's like shonen and rom-coms or slice of lives. Like literally, my top 10 is probably like five of them in there. So yeah, Star Wars isn't gaming related either, but still, it's something I wanted to talk because nobody I know has watched it. So I don't want to talk to somebody about a show that I liked. So I'm just putting this out there, see if anyone else has any similar opinions. But yeah, overall, if I had to rate it, oh, maybe pull up tier list. Yeah, so if we're going back to the tier list I made on this channel, I was gonna say main channel. On this channel, if I had to drop this anywhere, I would probably put this in the A tier, like above above probably up to there. In fact, let's just change this and tweak this a bit because it is a little different now. Try to tell it these all like seem about right. I'll put Code Geass higher because I did enjoy it. I was thinking about it recently. Like it is a really good show. I might actually put this a lot higher now. Actually, maybe here. I don't know, but it's definitely something above it just because it's classic to me. Like one of my first animes. Then out of res- I love this show. Like it's a really good comedy, but I know everybody hates it. So I'm just gonna leave it at the bottom of A tier. I guess I can't put that over that, so I'll just put it here. Mob Psycho is better than One Punch Man, to be honest. It's better than Fire Force because, in my opinion. Then Science Gate's a bit better than this. Yeah, that's fine. Sword Art Online probably is a lot better than I thought. Just thinking about it. I know the hate, but Evangelion's also better. Put it up here. And Chainsaw Man's a bit overrated, actually. This is actually a really strange list. I'll put this like the top of C tier. And Demon Slayer, the new seasons, probably the top of B tier. Sailor Moon is also top of B tier. Actually, no, I put it above these two. Soul Eater, it's fine there. I did prefer Phase Zero over Stay Night, so Cowboy Bebop. I put it above it. I know the ending's wild, but I personally enjoyed it better. That's fine. That's fine. I guess no. I'll be honest. I enjoyed it a bit more. I actually finished this second season, so I where did I put this? I put it above a B tier, to be quite honest. I haven't finished. Oh no, I finished Tokyo Ghoul. Right, finished Tokyo Ghoul. At least season one and two. I know Tokyo Ghoul RE is different, and I also know season four is bad. So I'll rate it anyway. I'll put Tokyo Ghoul in pretty good. Like here. Yeah, I haven't finished the second part of it. I still haven't. God damn it. I'm almost done with Black Clover. I already know a sort of rank where I'm gonna put it. As for this, I don't think I'll change it. I know, Jujutsu Kaisen is all over here. Maybe someone's actually watching this. Still good. I think that's it. Let me check my list because I don't know if there's anything else I need to add. I just thought of one that I just forgot about. So this Suicide Squad anime like was airing recently. Um, I don't know that I'm not like extremely familiar, but just as a casual watcher, I'll put it in B tier. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, yeah. Overall, the quintessential quintuplets. If you didn't see my rating of it right now, it's a really good show. But watch season one, watch season two, and the movie. If you don't watch the movie, you're not getting the full experience. You're not getting everything you need to know about that show. Unless you read the manga, but I guess if that makes sense. But you should watch this show if you are a fan of it. If you like this, if I just said you should watch the show if you're the fan of it. You should watch the show if you like a good romance, a good comedy, and a slice of life. Because that's basically what all three of these are. In fact, season one is slice of life. Season two is, season one is more like a comedy. Season two is a slice of life. Season three is I don't know. I don't know I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, overall, I just wanted to talk about like how good this show was. I thought it was a really good one. You guys did enjoy, like and sub. I might actually do more videos this week because this fire closed the school down. I I don't want to be here to be honest. I like going to school. I know I'm kind of a nerd, but like I don't do here anything here. It's just game. I work out. I've been getting to working out again. Just sit on my bum here doing gaming, homework, not recording anything. So I should either just and I don't have a job yet, so yeah. I can sub. I will post here and on the main channel. I mean on the second channel more often. So yeah. Let me know what you guys think because I actually thought I had very different opinions from what people thought. Um I don't know because a lot of people think they didn't like it as much, the ending. But if you guys agree, please comment. But yeah, bye.